Hey sis, you may be struggling right now, just like many of us are right now after this election. And I just want to offer you some post election healing tips. Yesterday, I did a really powerful video where I had three Black women healers talking about different forms of healing. So, if this election has not taught us anything as Black women, it has taught us of the importance of really connecting with ourselves, prioritizing ourselves, protecting our peace, and getting some rest and not putting other people's needs above our own. So, I want to offer you three healing tips. I encourage you to look at the video that I did yesterday for a longer, more immersive healing experience because the healers did go through actual healing strategies that you'll be able to utilize, hopefully on an ongoing basis as we are in this healing journey following the election. So, again, I'm going to offer you three healing tips. Yet again, I invite you to look at the longer video that I did yesterday with Black women healers so that you can really immerse yourself in healing as we are in a healing process because many of us are grieving the outcome of the election. I also want to say that this video is for Black women and for people who try to come onto this channel trying to shame us for having the feelings we have, or shame us into just getting over it, or saying things like, well, what about us? This shouldn't only be for Black women. This is an intentional space for Black women because we often do not have spaces where we can be vulnerable. We don't have spaces often where we can show that we're hurting. We are often sent the message that our safety is not valued and our feelings are not valued. So I want to provide a safe space here for us to express and know that your feelings are validated. So I'm being very transparent with you about my own reaction to this election. And the hope is that I'm able to demonstrate to you ways that I am trying to heal as I'm on this journey with you. And I may not know you personally, but I want all of us as Black women to take this time to self reflect and do whatever we need to do to heal ourselves. That is the priority right now. We need to stay safe and we need to prioritize our own healing. So I want to offer you three healing tips. And I also want to reference one of our ancestors, Zora Neale Hurston. And this is just a reminder of why we need to prioritize ourselves and reject those messages that we need to be silent about our pain. So, this quote, you may have heard it before. So, I want to share this quote with you from Zora Neale Hurston. If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. So remember that as people are saying these things to you, maybe don't share things with them as much, or find your own spaces or make your own time for you to self-reflect and honor your own feelings and honor what you need at this time. So I want to give you just a recap of the three healing tips offered by the three Black women healers that I had on yesterday. So again, these are three tips. I need you to go watch the longer video if you want a more immersive experience. And sorry, I didn't introduce myself. So I am Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, a toxic job survivor, but more importantly, I'm a toxic job liberator for Black women. And I am demonstrating for you and hopefully providing a space for you and for us to heal out loud, as Glamazzini states, that we are healing out loud right now. So the three tips I want to offer you relate to healing our minds, our bodies, and our souls. So when we talk about healing our minds, I'm going to share with you something shared by Carolyn Coleridge, who is a licensed clinical social worker. And she talked about the value of connecting to our breath. So stay grounded in our breath. You can even do this when you're at that job. I've heard a number of Black women contact me and said that after the election, things have gotten even crazier or even more toxic at their jobs. So remember to connect to your breath. And as you're connecting to your breath, remember to breathe in faith and breathe out fear. Release it. We're releasing it. Okay. So that's for our mind. For our bodies, we had Leslie Salmon Jones from Afroflow Yoga. talking about ways that we can release all this anxiety and trauma out of our bodies. Again, this is an ongoing process of releasing, and we have to be mindful of protecting ourselves from so much negativity around us, because all that stuff, it stays in our bodies. And then our bodies start having a reaction, like we might start getting sick, or we might have other reactions. So we have to release that toxicity out of our bodies. So Leslie talked about the importance of releasing those things that no longer serve us. So how do we shake that stuff off? Okay. So as you start your day, if you had a bad dream, shake that off. Okay. Release it. Doesn't serve you. As you are in your job, as you're going into your job that may be toxic, think about ways you can create that psychological, almost hazmat suit or psychological armory as you go into that workplace, and think about ways that certain situations may not serve you, and release it, reject it, okay? As you are leaving the workplace, think about how you're releasing all that toxicity that you may have experienced at that job. And more importantly, when you get home, do some type of release. You might want to do like this before you walk into your home, because the hope is that your home is your sanctuary space. So no matter what craziness has happened out in the world or is happening out in the world, we really want your home to be a sanctuary space. So release that stuff, release that toxicity. The last thing I want to share with you, the last healing tip was offered by Reverend Dr. Odell Montgomery Cooper. And she talked about connecting to God and knowing who and whose we are. So again, it's a whole bunch of crazy going on right now. It's probably going to be a whole bunch of more crazy. But at the moment, we have to center our healing. Our healing is a priority so that we know how to move forward in a constructive way for our benefit individually and collectively. So Reverend Dr. O talked about, again, remembering who and whose you are. Take that time for healing, take that time for rest, and to be mindful not to let all this negativity around us to harden us so that we start internalizing a sense of hatred that is so present right now, that we don't internalize that and we focus on our own healing. That is so important. And we don't let that negativity inform or guide ways that we are operating in our own lives. So let us release that toxicity on all those levels. Let's prioritize our healing. Let us get rest. So do what you need to do in this moment to take care of yourself. If it is being honest with yourself, like, hey, I'm struggling right now. Okay, let's just put it out there, however you're feeling. If you do not have that community, that space, maybe this is a space for you to share or to hear, reflect on things that I'm sharing and things that other Black women are sharing. So I'll be sharing periodically different healing tips for us, especially during this time, this post-election time, because it's been very challenging for us. And again, for those people who come onto this channel and try to say, get over it, or it shouldn't be all about Black women or all that kind of stuff, this is not the channel for you. It's not. This is a safe space for Black women as we are on our healing journey. If you come into this space being disrespectful, saying negative comments about Black women, you'll just be blocked. Okay. So everyone, remember these tips that I've offered you. Again, check out that video, the longer video that talks about healing, but also guides you through different healing practices. And remember, just prioritize your peace and whatever that looks like. So please share this video with other Black women, because so many of us are struggling. We are struggling right now. We are juggling all these other things. And then this happened too. It's been rough. So please check out for not only yourself, but also for your sisters, and find ways that we can uplift one another. And you can do that by possibly sharing this video with her and maybe 2 other Black women. So share this video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so, and turn on notifications so you know when I upload another video. Also, please give this video a thumbs up, because YouTube will start suggesting this video to other Black women, because we are in this together. Okay, sis? So please take good care. Please prioritize your healing, and I will talk to you later. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.